Nudity in video games or entertainment period. Probably one of the most controversial topics out there. It's something that a lot of people have discussed on forums about Elder Scrolls and Fallout. And it's one of those questions that I ask right now. Do you guys think that we should be having nudity or even sexual content or scenes in the next Elder Scrolls game? What's going on, guys? It is Legacy or Michael back today. And like I said before, we're going to be talking about nudity and should it be included in the Elder Scrolls 6. If you guys do remember, probably one of the greatest RPGs that just came out recently, The Witcher 3 was pretty much exposed with so much of it. But what CD Projekt Red did perfectly was that they set it up in the story. It wasn't just something that was there. Definitely there was brothels and there was some other miscellaneous quests and so on that was there, but it was in the actual main story, and it set up for whatever dialogue or whatever setting it was going for. And it wasn't just, hey, let's just throw some tits in there, but it was actually something that was meant for, and that's what I feel like the Elder Scrolls should be going for in their next title. While on the counter argument, I know a lot of people are just going to say the sales would decline rapidly. I feel like if there is a parent out there that won't buy a game for their 12-year-old because of nudity or tits, most likely they shouldn't be playing a game where enemies' heads are getting chopped off. I mean, the logic there against violence and nudity it's ironic and hilarious in many ways, but if you're a parent that goes by the ESRB ratings, then so be it. I get that some parents have their own parenting styles and you gotta respect that. But back to the main point, would it hurt sales? The Witcher series in a whole has sold 20 million copies, while you have other popular games like Mass Effect, Red Dead Redemption, and even Grand Theft Auto where you got strip clubs and different parts of the game. These are all AAA titles, and I don't think nudity hurt their sales at all. Although Grand Theft Auto San Andreas did have a little bit of an outcry when they released their hot coffee mod that came with it, although that did get removed. Now back to the Elder Scrolls, this actually wouldn't be the first time that they actually had nudity in their games. In the actual first Elder Scrolls that came out in 1994 with Arena, we had minimal nudity, and then Daggerfall there was full-on pixelated nudity. And then moving on further down the line to Oblivion, there was actual topless skins that were found in the coding, which caused pretty much outcry all over the internet. The game was actually originally rated T and it was changed to M. I'm not sure if it was necessarily because of this, but it seems to be. In Skyrim, it was pretty much obsolete. We didn't really see much of it. There were obviously many mods that were created outside of Bethesda, but Bethesda pretty much got away from it, kind of like how they were in Oblivion. We did see some mentions. There was a mention in Riften of a prostitute, and there was also some other dirty books. Now to the big question of the video that I actually have the title as, and that urges the question, should it be expanded upon more? And I personally feel like it only should if it serves the purpose of its story. And there is one scene in The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings that I remember playing, and it's actually under a brothel. There is actually a secret organization forming a rebellion against the King Henselt, and it's just crazy to think that there was actually that. It was a little bit of a plot twist to me. I didn't expect to see that, but it serves its purpose, basically. That's my point, that you really just don't expect some of these things to happen. And that's what I love about CD Projekt Red with what they've done with the Witcher series, and I feel like Bethesda could learn a couple of things with. But in all honesty, Bethesda's not going for a medieval type of game. This is a game set in its own time, it has its own fantasy elements, and they can make it out to be anything they want it to be. But for a role-playing game, this is a major plus, and it could add to a lot of the elements. It could help with entertainment purpose, and personally I hope it helps with the story. I hope they attach some quests with this. It could be a lot of fun. I mean, with The Witcher, there was some side quests that were attached which were just absolutely hilarious and a lot of fun to do. And not necessarily just because of the fact that we see nude women, but hey, you could do nude men, you can do some Khajit, you can do some Argonian. It'd be a lot of fun to see different types of characters in their different types of wear, I guess you could say. But there's a lot of potential there for the fact of making this game a lot more fun with the role-playing aspect. But anyway, guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think that Elder Scrolls should have any bit more of nudity, or do you think what they did in Skyrim is enough, and that the fact that they shouldn't have any of this? I personally think that if it adds to the story, throw it in there. If not, then just keep it as is and let's keep on going with the story. But adding a brothel with prostitutes can only help some of these cities become more intriguing and immersive. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you dive into the comments like I said before. I want to know what you think. And don't forget to smack that like button and that subscribe button. And guys, there's just so many more planned Elder Scrolls vids, but until then, I'll see you later.